If you ain't learned by now, you will eventually. Everybody has that day, man. Everybody. And unfortunately for this young brother, he had to find out the hard way. It's tragedy all over again.
You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers.
Betrayed. Thought these were his teammates, his compadres, his friends. All find out that it wasn't what he thought it was. In this next clip, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. When you think people that you're close to are more than what they are, and you end up getting the short end of the stick.
With us tonight, I'm Jennifer Bellamy. It was a murder that shocked the small town of Manchester and devastated the members of the high school football team just one day before they played for the state championship. Now, 16 months after 17-year-old Brandon Smith was found dead, the GBI says a second arrest has been made. And this time, it's a young man who walked onto the field in Brandon's honor. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn is live outside of Mercedes-Benz Stadium where that championship game was played. And this is what we are learning, new information that's really upsetting and hitting his family hard tonight, Cody.
Jennifer, that's right. This stadium became a symbol of triumph and heartbreak. The Blue Devils carrying out Brandon Smith's number 52 jersey onto the field just hours after learning he had been killed. And now we're learning that one of those teammates who walked behind that jersey on that night, in fact, that led the team in rushing yards and solo tackles, is now accused of being involved in his death, something Maxine Smith says she cannot understand. 17-year-old Brandon Smith was found shot to death near a home on 3rd Avenue in Manchester on December 10th, 2023, just one day before the biggest game of his life, the state championship.
That's my oldest grandson, and he had a dream. And his dream was football.
A dream that ended in heartbreak.
I raised him from a baby up to 17 years.
Maxine Smith says the part that hurts the most.
Oh, he thought they was his friend. He stood by them when they needed him, but they destroyed him. They took his life from him.
Before Brandon's body was found, he was missing. And Maxine says as they searched for him, her daughter knocked on Quay Cooper's door.
And he looked my daughter in the face and lied to her.
One day after Brandon's body was found, Cooper, along with his teammates, walked out onto the field inside the Benz holding Brandon's jersey. Now, knowing what she does,
that's hurt me so bad. How could he do that and know he was involved with his murder?
Following the team's heartbreaking loss, Blue Devils coach Stephen Holmes spoke about Brandon.
He was his own kid. He was his own guy. And a very important part of us getting here.
Something Maxine says she'll never forget.
Coach Holmes, he had faith in my grandson. He was there for my grandson.
At a time, Maxine says so many others were not, including his so-called friends, who are now charged with murder. And she has this message.
Y'all gonna be caught the same way, because I'm gonna get justice for my grandson.
Shall we dive a little deeper into this? Oh yeah, I got something to say.
Round 1, fight.
You already know what the ingredients are for these unfortunate circumstances: money, girls, accolades, success. If you get any of it, whether or not you're on the righteous path or not, it's going to come with people who have or are the have-nots. I want these youngins to understand something. Your rage and your ideals are going to be the downfall of you, your careers, your futures, because you're listening to music and you're listening to these men and these women who never healed and found a way around the false doctrines that was imparted on them, telling them that they had to beat the shit out of people and bully people and steal and take women from other men and covet other people's properties because they have something shiny that they didn't have and they wanted it for themselves. And you're listening to these people, watching how they are sneaky and conniving, and you're basically monopoly imparting impartial variances of their experiences to fit your own, when your identity is supposed to be separate from another's. Your path is completely different from theirs, but you're taking on their characteristics, and it's causing you to lose your futures, your money, your potential, your everything, all for the fact that you think that what that person has is supposed to be yours, when what's yours is supposed to be yours. And the thing is, if you're not going to work for it the way that God intended you to obtain it, then there's no need for you to be worried about how or why this person got this. Instead, you should be asking yourself, well, what is it that I'm doing or lacking within myself that's causing me not to be able to have the type of success that this person has? And it's fucked up because this young man should still be here, but y'all continuously allow your brokenness, your lack of fathers, and your lack of parental guidance to be replaced with social media. How is it that you could do something like this to someone and then play it all so cold and calculated, callous? I said calculus. This ain't math, but it is kind of math. 2 and 2 is 4. When you are not equally yoked with your friends and with these women and these men, and your spirit or your trajectory in life is not going in the same direction as the other person, this typically will happen. And you wouldn't even realize how cold people are until they actually stab you in the back. And this is what happened here. I don't know how he felt towards them. I don't know if he knew in the back of his mind that they weren't really his friends. I don't know if he thought they really were. We speculate. The life of a teenager is completely different than what the parents know of. You don't know everything about your parents, and you don't know everything about your kids. It's just messed up. It's really messed up that we can't seem to figure this stuff out. What God has for you will be sufficient. You don't have to be envious and jealous and contentious of another person. They went out to the game and pretended like They ain't had nothing to do with this shit. That right there was cold as fuck. And I hope and pray that everybody that was involved gets their just due in this case. That's sad. That's absolutely fucking sad.
You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers.